I woke up this morning and I was experiencing really bad spasms in my upper back. That's probably one of my worst MS symptoms. Is I get terrible spasms and the pain is not something that you welcome. So before I even got out of bed, I did do some stretches, and I'd like to show you how I start my day. So I have some blankets in the bed that I use for underneath my legs, and I make sure that my pillow is a good thickness and it supports my head. So just coming down, we want to make sure, because we're going to be practicing Shavasana in a nice spinal alignment. So I come down my side. I want to bring the blanket to the top of my shoulder. So my shoulder is off the blanket. And then roll the back of my head. Important to look at where your chin is. You want to be able to have a nice open airway. So your chin needs to be neutral in an L shape to the ceiling. So you may have to use more than one blanket. You might need to use two in order to have this neck placement and that all the head and the neck is supported. Next, we want to elongate our spine along the mat, and you want to be able to keep that sacrum fairly flat to the mat. So we start with our knees bent and just kind of find where that is. Just a few little pelvic tilts, nothing large. So breathing, creating a little bit of openness in this back, rounding the back, and exhaling, flattening down. Just slowly working to move the body, release the fascia. So what I find when the spasms happen in my body, everything just tightens up, every muscle, the fascia contracts, everything closes up. And I even have a hard time being able to breathe. So by trying to get my body back into a neutral alignment, I can open up the passages in the body, in the internal passages. Also, we want to work on the energy pathways because they get constrained when your body's in the spasm. And once I feel like I've loosened up a bit, I'll just bring it to neutral. So my back is close to the floor, but I'm not slamming down. I have my bolster or some blankets, and they're going to support my thighs. My legs are open, my inner thighs are facing the ceiling, my ankles are, the inner ankles are facing the ceiling, and the feet are relaxed. And here you might want to just windshield wiper a few times. Again, just releasing, letting the muscles slowly warm up. Bringing a little bit of movement, brings a little lubrication to the joints, and then just letting the legs open. And today, because I am experiencing a lot of pain in the upper shoulder area, I'm going to keep my hands just in a triangle in a heart opening position, but just on my pelvis. And I feel that my index fingers are on my pubic bone. The inside of my palms are on each pelvic bone. The thumbs across the top, creating a triangle. Center of energy there. And I let the shoulder blades come towards one another. Elbows relaxed and supported on the floor. Shoulder blades are tucked a little bit close together in the back and also supported by the floor. Take a moment just to watch the breath, feeling what's going on within the body. Is there anything else that needs to shift? Is it totally supported and easy? And then beginning to breathe and focusing on the soles of the feet. Imagining the breath in the soles of the feet. The heels rooted on the mat, absorbing the energy of the earth as we breathe in. Moving down to the toes and back. Energy entering from the heels up the legs, to the knees, and back down. Breathing in energy through the ankles, up the legs, through the knees, to the hips, the pelvis, and exhaling, letting go of any tension, letting it work back down through the legs, to the heels, to the earth. Breathing in, energy rising from the heels, up the legs, into the pelvis, and up each vertebrae to the top of the cervical spine, and exhaling back down. Inhaling, raising beautiful healing energy all the way up to the back of the head, where the head presses into the blanket and once again connecting to the earth. Creating a beautiful line of energy from the heels to the back of the head, rooting and grounding down to the earth. And then imagine everything radiating from there out along the back, the neck, back of the spine, the arms, the gluteus, down the hamstrings, calves, to the heels, very heavy. Muscles absorbing down. And imagining the whole front body, right from the top of the big toe, running up the front of the shins, the inner thigh, the quads, up into the pelvis, through the solar plexus, into the rib cage, the lungs, the beating heart, into the front of the throat. It's open, the energy can run smoothly through, into the face that is relaxed and absorbing gold healing light. And imagining that beautiful center of the skull, brain, our own supercomputer. Those of us who have MS, we know that there's issues in our brain, so bring that healing energy there. Imagine the brain a gold, glowing orb, all the synapses snapping. The messages within the brain working at optimum speed, working their way down the spine. Through the spinal fluid, it is gold healing, allowing those messages to come down the spinal cord, down to the various parts of the body. And just breathing. Nice, deep, full breaths. Bringing oxygen to each cell of our being. every exhale, you let go of the toxins, toxic thoughts and feelings, be they physical, mental, emotional. Let everything go. Filling with gold healing light, every system within running in a positive healing manner. And continue on for the next few moments. And join me later for part 2 of a day of healing. MS pain, MS spasms, Ahimsa life. Namaste.